Hey everyone out there, this is Michael B. Moore, aka MicVinny, and I have a special announcement to share with you. So, after over 365 days, 12 months, 52 weeks, I did something I thought I would never, ever, ever, ever do in my lifetime, and I actually recorded a full year's worth of what I ate. I have no idea how I maintained for so long. But yes, over the course of the last year, I was documenting my own eating. So if you have no idea who I am or where I came from, um, in hey everyone, it's Michael V. Moore, aka McVinny, and I'm here to share a special announcement with you. So I have a little bit of an anniversary to talk about. It's not necessarily a great thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Anyone that knows any about me or who has ever went to McVinny.com in the last couple of weeks are probably aware that I released my latest book, Just Keep Going: How to Avoid Seasonal Weight Gains and Finally Finish Any Fat Loss Diet Plan. Shortly, a short time ago, I released that book, and it became a #1 bestseller again. So I'm thankful for those who are out there who bought it and who support it. And if you did not buy it yet, or you have no idea what it was, please click on one of the links on this page, or go to Amazon and just type Michael V. Moore. Just keep going, and you'll find the book, no problem. So with that book, what was significant about that book is I had a client named Hank, who was a fitness expert, so to speak, and he just wanted someone to hold him accountable to lose weight real quickly. And so it was exactly a year ago at this time of year where he started journaling every single thing he ate. And so the idea would be I would be able to see what he ate, and we could pinpoint, what foods he probably should be avoiding and get a good idea of what his calories should exactly be. Because he had an idea of what that range would be, but we never knew exactly how low he should go with his current lifestyle. So the solution was, okay, well, why don't you just record what you eat and we'll just share it. And so since he was doing that, I told him, hey, you're putting yourself out there for me. I'm thankful for it. I decided to do the same thing. And once Hank finished his journey, I decided to keep going as well because I was using or both of us were using the special app called MyFitnessPal, which to me is one of the best calorie trackers or food journals, wherever you want to call it, out there that's for free. And it is just very, very helpful, very easy, very helpful. You can use it on your iPhone or your smartphone, and you can actually scan barcodes in. So if you're a person who's you're out and you're eating a lot of food that's in containers, even though you shouldn't, but it's just a great way to scan the food and actually get the information. So it's a pretty cool app. But what happened is I kept going because I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool. I wonder how long I can last where I can just keep recording and recording what I ate every single day. And basically, what happened, or what happens, I should say, in MyFitnessPal is they kind of try and keep you motivated. So once you reach certain thresholds, it kind of gives you a certain type of message like, hey, congratulations, you logged in, 5 days in a row, or you logged in for a full week. Keep it going, keep it going. Oh, Michael, you did exactly 1 month. Don't stop, don't stop. And so when you input your food, it says those type of messages. But additionally, in addition to those messages, you can input like your weight and your waist measurements and all that stuff inside MyFitnessPal as well. And it'll do the same thing. If you set a goal for yourself, it will tell you how close you are to your goal. So if you reach like the halfway mark, it'll send you like a email with balloons and all that stuff saying, "Oh my gosh, you're halfway there. You met the halfway part. Share this on Twitter or Facebook and all that good stuff." So it's just a great tool. And I say all this because I was excited when I got those messages. Those messages were pretty cool, and it kind of inspired you. And so I decided, once I got to 100 days, what 100 days of calorie counting taught me. I then got to what 200 days of calorie counting taught me. I was ready really to stop around once I got towards that 100, 200 mark. I really didn't want to keep going. So I actually created a blog post about both of those, as well as when I somehow got to my 300 mark. There's a lot of lessons learned when I did that. So I put all that together in those three blog posts. I go in more detail about what logging my food for so long taught me. And once I got to the 300 mark, I was like, I only have like a little over 2 more months of this to get to 1 year. I wonder what MyFitnessPal will say once I got to my mark. And I decided to do that. So here we are. Let me tell you about day number 365. So day number 365 started off kind of different than almost every single day. So in this particular day, me and my wife plan to go visit my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, who has recently um, been diagnosed with a form of cancer. And there's good spells and there's rough spells. And so we just wanted to visit and say hi and just provide moral support for some of the latest setbacks. And so we knew that we would be spending the day in another city. So it's only about a 2-hour drive where we have to go. And based on our work commitments, we only had one day to do this. So we couldn't stay overnight. We had to drive down and pretty much hang out and then come back the same day. So that's what we did. So to to prepare for this day, what I did was I I knew we would probably eat out when we were down there. So in my mind, I remember that, hey, Michael, remember you did like all these like how to eat healthy on the road videos. I guess it's time for me to actually, put my money where my mouth is and actually do that. So I was thinking about filming what I ate that day, but I didn't. I did not. Sorry. I'm just gonna talk about what I did eat, because actually, one of the places I went to eat at is something I actually recorded on how to survive at that place. So that's pretty cool. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so we were traveling down there, and to prepare, because I wasn't sure how much protein I would get for the day, I actually packed a blender bottle, or it's just a bottle that you drink out of, full of like 75 grams worth of protein in it, and then I put some Nestle Quick in it because I'm a person whose protein is pretty natural and is unflavored, and so I add my own flavors to my quote unquote shakes. So I just put some powders in, some protein, some whey protein that is, and some chocolate, non sugar free chocolate that's still sweet, has other sweeteners in it. But I prefer doing that than buying the pre-made mixes where they pre-sweeten everything for you. I like to control what I do with my portions. But anyways, yeah, I put all that in a container so I can get 75 extra grams of protein. And my thought was, when I was down in the city we were visiting, I would just pour about 1 to 2 cups of water in that, and that could be a potential meal right there, and I can get at least about 80 to 85 ish grams of protein. That's kind of a meal replacement right there. Not perfect, but when you're traveling short distance like this, every little bit counts. So that was my plan. So on our way down there, the first stop was at a McDonald's because we left pretty early. And I skip breakfast all the time, so McDonald's is not a problem for me. So my wife, she was hungry, so we stopped at McDonald's. And as I was sitting there at the McDonald's, they had the breakfast menu out, and I was like, I guess that this should be like one of my next, how to survive type videos. So I'll look for that to come shortly. Different McDonald's time of days at McDonald's, how to survive. Because obviously, for people who travel a lot, since that's what I specialize in, McDonald's is probably like number one on the list of places you go to all the time. Okay, so once we got to our destination, it was closer towards a lunch period, and now I was hungry. And my wife would not tell me where we were exactly going, but she said, "Yeah, I know of a place." So I had no idea where we were going. I just know we were driving by a lot of restaurants, a lot of restaurants. We finally got to restaurants, and it was Panera Bread. So if you're just new to me, about I think a month ago, I came out with a video on how to survive eating at Panera Bread. Okay, and this is pretty funny to me because I was like, wow, I'm personally not a Panera Bread fan. I am a fan of the quality of food they have there, but for me, I'm just not a I'm not a bread eater, and something about Panera Bread just doesn't appeal to me for some reason. But you do what you gotta do, and I'm pretty thankful that they do have such a vast menu. And so I was using the tips in the video where I created my own meal. So I ordered a Cobb salad, a chicken Cobb salad, but I just added more chicken to it. And by doing that, I was able to have, I think, around, I don't have the numbers right in front of me. Yes, by doing so, I was able to eat around 50 grams of protein in that meal. So already right there, between the 50 and the 80, I had about 130 grams of protein for the day. So that was a good meal right there. And I didn't have a side of bread. I actually substituted the bread that comes with the salad for an apple, which turned out to be the worst apple I have ever had in my life. Absolutely no taste to it. I didn't even finish it. It was so disgusting. But still, I went with a healthier option. Okay, so also while I was down there, we were visiting my grandmothers as well. So my wife's grandmothers. So we saw other family members as well. And so, being Mr. Health Fitness guy is everyone like. I don't think people really understand sometimes how how I eat because I don't like to talk about it around amongst family members or anything. I don't even know if people on that side of my family are where I put these videos out. But uh, as we were sitting down eating, the salad, one of my grandmothers visited, Lancaster, and she bought some beets, some pickled beets and pickled watermelon rind, and I never had it before. So she wanted me to try it. So I tried it. A little bit wouldn't hurt. So I tried both of them, and it's amazing for me how my palate is so different to other people. Where these pickled, you know, fruit or whatever you want to call it, vegetables were just so sweet to me. I could barely finish, back about a teaspoon of what I was eating. Yes, it was good, but for me, I'm at a place now where I've been avoiding that food for so long, I can't eat a lot of it without feeling sick. And so that's what was happening. Was like I told him, yeah, it's good, but I just can't eat that much of this right now. So maybe in the future I add it to a salad or something like that. But right now, I'm good. So that was kind of my lunch. And later that night, we drove back, and I was able to have my pre-planned meal. So what I'm starting to do these last couple of weeks, because I've been really busy working at a gym, which I'll talk about next week. um, I've tried to change my lifestyle a little bit. So I try to pre-make as many meals as possible, freeze some, and just have them already packaged. And so that's what's going on with me now. Is by the time we got home for late at night, I already had a hamburger patty and a sweet potato and some vegetables already pre-made in the container. So all I had to do was heat that up. So that right there was kind of what I call my quote unquote typical dinner meal throughout the week. So this was an interesting day because it was like, wow, this is my 1 year anniversary. And at that particular time, I didn't even realize this was day 365. And I had a little bit of my travel lifestyle and a little bit of my organized lifestyle all in one. And so I thought that was pretty cool, because this was definitely a not necessary, I want to say unplanned trip, but we decided to do this at the very 2 days prior, to spend one day. So it was kind of unexpected. So this is kind of a normal thing for people who travel a lot or who have busy lives. So I just want to make sure you understand that I get you. I do the same thing. That's why I do what I do and try and provide the services I do to provide solutions for days like this. So once this busy day was over and I logged everything I ate, that next day I got a notification when I logged into MyFitnessPal that, you have logged in for 365 days in a row. And that was all it said. Nothing special. I got no balloons. I got no celebration type memes or anything. Nothing. All I got is just 365. Not even 1 year. Congratulations for doing this for 1 year. And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for one big payoff of doing this for so long. So I'm in this video. I kind of just talked about myself and what my day was on that day. I have so many lessons learned from 100 days, 200 days, 300 days. I'm going to let you go and click on those blog links below and find out what I learned during those time periods. But for me, it's just a great reminder that no matter what, I did something for a year, and the fact that I did it for a year, I have not had. I probably have 2 to maybe 3 people actually look at one of my days because I shared every single thing online for a period, as well as I shared every single thing I ate, as well as Hank, who went through his own journey and just keep going. And so it is with all that it just reminds me that no matter what, you gotta just keep going. You just gotta keep showing up, and no one's gonna be there to celebrate it. It's you. It's you. It's all up to you. No one cares because everyone expects to get something in life. So I was expecting this big celebration. I was expecting to get acknowledged, and nothing happened. And that's life. You just gotta keep showing up day after day, and no one's gonna be there to cheer you on. And during the past year or so, one of my favorite commercials, it was 2 of them, happened to be, I believe they both were for Under Armour, and one was Steph Curry, and the other one was Michael Phelps. And with Steph Curry, obviously he won MVP in the NBA 2 years in a row, and everyone just talks about how great he is at shooting 3-pointers or this best point guard. But in that particular video commercial, he goes through his life of just showing up, and no one was there all the time when he was shooting those threes in his backyard, front yard, at the school rec center, wherever he was playing college or even NBA when he's in practice sessions and all that. Before that camera gets on him, he was doing all this privately, and we don't see that. We don't acknowledge that. That's why he's so good, is because he kept showing up, he kept practicing. Same thing with Michael Phelps. People only care about him during the Olympic seasons. But how did he get to be so good is that he was doing it when no one was there. When the cameras were off, he was still swimming, he was still working out, conditioning his body to become the best. And if you want to get towards your goals in life, you got to keep going and realize no one's going to celebrate it with you. No one's going to be there to motivate you all the time. You're there for yourself. So my 365 days, I hope that teaches you. This video is a little longer than I wanted it to be. I apologize. I got to talking, and I just like to talk sometimes. But yeah, so that's pretty much the message here. Just remember, just keep going. And 365 days of logging what I ate is over. It's going to take me a while to adjust to not doing that anymore. But was it worth it? Yeah, yes and no. It was cool to do it, but don't feel pressured that you have to do it. It's not this great big thing that people are going to be celebrating with you, like, yeah, you did it, yeah. But that's just my story. So there we go. 365 days in the book, 1 full year of logging what I ate is over, and I hope you have a blessed day.